Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my class, The Daily Current Affairs, which is actually a one-step solution to understand the current affairs from the perspective of UPSC Prelims. Now, if you have any questions regarding this examination, feel free to talk to me on my Instagram. If you want to get the notes of the classes that I take here, please be a subscriber to my Telegram channel, Pooja Dwivedi UPSC. These are the various events that we have to cover. First of all, let's talk about this question that I gave you to practice. The Roe VS Wade judgment pertains to which of the following? This particular judgment has been in the news a lot many times, so it is important as a UPSC aspirant that you know about it. In 1973, the Supreme Court of the USA made a landmark judgment in which the right to abortion was made a constitutional right. Later on, it was overruled after many decades. So the correct answer will be right to abortion. Why have I asked you this question? Because recently the Supreme Court has denied a woman to abort her fetus because she crossed her pregnancy journey from it should be at least up to 24 weeks if anybody wants to abort it, up to 20 weeks in certain cases. And if the person, the woman, is very vulnerable, for example, she has been a widow, or her marital status has changed to single after divorce, or she's a victim of incest, rape. In certain cases, the woman could be disabled. So what happens that up to 24 weeks, these people get the chance to abort fetus. But if it goes beyond that perspective, goes beyond that time period, then it's little hard. So the Supreme Court has denied the woman who is 27 years of age. She's 26 weeks pregnant and she has been now denied that she cannot abort the child. The length of the pregnancy has actually crossed 24 weeks. And according to the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, specifically Section 3, abortion can take place only up to a gestation period of 24 weeks. I will cover this news today, so make sure you watch that. Section 5 of the MTP Act states that two registered medical practitioners, they need to give a go-ahead to the abortion, which the AIMS report has opposed in this case. Moving on. In 1973, this was the judgment that I was talking about. But when the USA overruled it, it did not sit well with the citizens of the USA because, of course, it was a constitutional right back then. Now it is not. Similarly, right to arms is also a constitutional constitutional right under this particular constitution of the USA, but still it is still there. Which, with respect to periodic labor force survey, consider the following statements. It was launched in April 2017. The survey is conducted by the Ministry of Labor. The current data shows a rise in the self-employment as compared to salaried employment, and the latest data also shows only Muslims have experienced a decline in the labor force participation rate and worker population ratio. So how many of the statements given above is or are correct? The PLFS was actually launched in the year 2017, but it was done by the NSSO, and that is working under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So it was launched in April 2017 is correct, and the labor is conducted by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation will be correct. Second on that matter is incorrect because here it is written Ministry of Labor. Then the current data, yes, it shows that people are engaging more so in self-employment as compared to casual labor as well as salaried jobs. And the latest data also shows that only Muslims have registered a decline in the labor force and also worker population ratio. First correct, second incorrect, third correct, fourth correct, 3 only will be the correct answer. Most of the unemployment in India is structural in nature. Examine the methodology adopted to compute unemployment in the country and suggest improvements. This is a data. This is a question from 2023. The data could be used of PLFS, and you have to write this answer in 250 words. Present to me today itself. I will check your copies. A significant number of individuals in India are engaging in self-employment or unpaid labor. Periodic labor force survey, this was from July 2022 to June 2023 by the National Sample Survey Office, NSSO, and it has been conducting survey since 2017 under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Also, we have registered a decrease in unemployment. That is good. Rural areas, here it is from 5.3% in 2017-18 as compared to, we are in rural India just at 2.4%, but for urban areas it is from 7.7% to 5.4%. The period is the same, 2017-18, then 2022-23. Percentage of people who are in better paying jobs such as manufacturing, construction, this has remained stagnant, but self-employment has increased. Consider the following statements. Cricket was excluded from the Olympics in 1973. Cricket along with flag football will be conducted in the 2028 Olympics at Los Angeles. So which of the statements given above is or are correct? This is really good news because in India, for 1.4 billion people, cricket is actually a religion, honestly speaking. So that is why we are rooting for cricket being in Olympics, and it will be a part of the Olympics in 2028 along with other sports such as flag football as well. So that makes the second statement to be correct. Although cricket was excluded from Olympics not in 1973 but 1990. Okay, why? Because it was very complex back then. The costing of it also was becoming too huge. That is why in T20 format Olympics we will have cricket in the Olympics for 2028. Okay, so first is incorrect, second is correct, two only will be the correct answer. The International Olympics Committee in its session in Mumbai has said that in 2028 Los Angeles Games will be of course including cricket, and cricket along with baseball, softball, flag football, lacrosse and squash will also be included. Not only that, India will approximately, this is of course what we want. Prime Minister has said that we are bidding to get the hosting for the Olympics 2036. So just pray for it because it will bring huge laurels to India, huge income to India, huge investment in India. That is why. Moving on. Consider the following countries: Jordan, Syria, Yemen, Egypt, Iraq, Saudi Arabia. How many of the countries given above border Israel? So Israel is in the news and we have to ensure that we take advantage of this time period in understanding the geography of this place. Israel, as you can see, shares a border with Egypt through the Sinai Peninsula. Then we have Jordan. Then we have Syria and Lebanon, Palestinian territories of West Bank and the Gaza Strip, and the Mediterranean Sea. It also shares a border with Cyprus through maritime borders. Okay, so that makes, let's see how many countries have made it to the top. Jordan, yes. Syria, yes. Yemen, no. Egypt, yes. Iraq, no. Saudi Arabia, no. So Jordan, Syria and Egypt, 3. 3 only will be the correct answer. Let me see once again. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Let's move forward. The world's largest Hindu temple, Akshardham, constructed outside India in the modern era, was recently inaugurated. It was constructed in accordance with the Hindu scriptures and incorporates elements of ancient Indian culture, such as 10,000 figurines and statuettes, carvings of Indian musical instruments and dancing styles. The temple is possibly the second largest after Angkor Wat in Cambodia, possibly. The temple, Akshardham, is located in Florida, Colorado, Indiana, New Jersey. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is New Jersey. Recently, Mahanta Swami Maharaj, the leader of the Bocha Sanvasi Akshar Purushottam Swami Narayana, from this organization, he is leading it. He officiated the inauguration of the Akshardham Temple, which is possibly the second largest temple after Angkor Wat, okay, and biggest Hindu temple outside India. And it's in New Jersey, which is here, USA. All right. Moving forward to the next question. The northern provinces of Shaanxi, Henan and Inner Mongolia mine were recently in the news. These mines are associated with bauxite, coal, uranium, iron. The correct answer, these are in China, okay? And the correct answer is option B, that is coal. Global Energy Monitor has come up with a report saying that as we are moving from coal-based energy sources to renewable energy, we are going to lose a lot of jobs. And India doesn't have the management plans to do so, because there are so many people who are dependent on coal, specifically countries such as India and China. These will be the hardest hit. So the northern provinces of Shaanxi, Henan and Inner Mongolia mine, they more than a quarter of the world's coal they host. They employ 32% of the global mining force. That is a lot. Here it is, Shaanxi. Okay. So the correct answer to this question is option B, coal. India is the world's second largest coal producer, which has a workforce approximately half the size of Shaanxi. That means China has to manage a lot. India has to manage accordingly. This is a practice question for you to solve. With reference to the over-the-top streaming platforms, consider the following statements. They require permission or license from the Union government. They fall under the jurisdiction of the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? Okay, so because of the paucity of time, I may not be able to take your names today. Now next time when you answer this question, I'll definitely take your names. Thank you so much for watching.